So welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome, welcome. I am your host, Tanya TKO, and I am a self-love specialist from TanyaTKO.com. I hope you learn how to love yourselves and one another. On this channel, we use viral video topics as teachable moments for what self-love or self-abuse may look like in your own life. And today we have a plethora of different videos. We were just backstage taking a vote to see where do we start in this entire boondoggle? Where do we begin? So there are a few different videos that I want to show you all, and there are a few different things that are going on right now. Brother Polight, we talked about him yesterday. He put up a video responding. He put up a video responding to the situation, letting people know where it is that he stands. There's a lot going on in this situation. So not only did he put up this video, but I have a few other videos that I need to show you all. For those of you who are just coming into the story, Clay is talking about, yay, I made it. No, you need to be on the text notification squad so you can come in early, not running in by the skin of your teeth. I'm going to have the text notification squad shout themselves out in a moment. But Brother Polight is a man. His name is Michael Noak. He was just recently arrested for charges of battery, intimate battery of a child. And the way that it happened is so despicable. The way that it is stated in the report, the way it is being reported that it is stated in the report is so despicable that it's stomach churning. It's stomach churning. You all are talking. Let me take his picture off the screen because you all are acting up already. All right. He's a member of the quote unquote conscious community, and he has been holding this space for more than 10 years. Recently, he has been caught with his seminal fluid on the person of a 14-year-old child, who is the daughter of his girlfriend. Despite the fact that he has 4 illegal wives, right? He was courting 2 more wives. It is being claimed and alleged on the internet that he's some sort of millionaire because he wrote more than 90 books, and there are people who are funneling money to him because they resonate with his message. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to jump into his latest video first. We're going to skip around through that. And then I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to show you a video of a clip of him victim blaming one of Dr. York's victims. Dr. York is, as they're saying, Dr. York is a mentor of his, and you'll see the way he behaves when he's defending this guy. So let's continue going forward. This whole thing is just so bizarre. It's just so bizarre. So let's jump into his video. I found this on YouTube. It doesn't seem like it's the whole live because I don't see him like introducing. It sounds like it's already, the conversation is already going on. So let's just continue.
Higher on nobody's matrix. If I was under contract for a TV show or something like that, I could be canceled. If I'm playing in the league, like, damn, we're gonna have to drop you because it don't look good. Now, if S&P or somebody call and be like, yo, man, if NASDAQ call and be like, yo, you can't make no money off of stocks no more.
Yo, you can't make no money off of stocks no more.
Change my approach. Right about now, you can't cancel me because I'm not tied to no machines. My daughter.
Hold on.
My approach. About now.
Hold on.
Can't make no money off of stocks no more. I might have to humble myself and change my approach. Right about now, you can't cancel me because I'm not tied to no machines. My daughter, my aunt just turned 15 years old. In about another month or so, she's gonna be a millionaire officially. She's a few $10,000, tens of $1,000 shy. She's in the $900,000.
What does
From
this
what
have
I
to
taught
do
her how to do off her phone, between making money off of games and making money off of stocks. My 15-year-old about to be a millionaire. You can't cancel that because no matter what you do to me, she's always gonna have that wealth of knowledge. My eldest daughter, who I took in since about 7 years old, she hit me with a message because now she's running her own media marketing.
Let me just fast
The
forward
work you
because
put in as an entrepreneur.
sound like he's bragging that his children have money, but this doesn't have anything to do with the fact that a child whom you absconded from the hotel. So it's being reported that the story that we were reporting first was what it is that he told to the police, that the mother and the 14-year-old were having problems, so he went to talk to. What's being reported by the mother is that her and her daughter never had any problems. She never let the daughter out of her sight. That they were supposed to get some food in the lobby or something along those lines. And she was very apprehensive to let her daughter go down to the lobby with him. And, it's just to the lobby and to come back upstairs. And he absconded her from the hotel, went and got a different hotel room because I guess he had been salivating to get her alone. And then that's when he battered her, plied her with alcohol and maybe perhaps some sort of narcotics, and then pulled out his member. And she passed out. She woke up. Her mouth was battered and swollen. He took her back to her mother, intoxicated. And it was just intoxicated with a swollen mouth. And then was like, oh, don't say nothing because this is going to mess up my career. Took the daughter to the hospital. They did DNA samples and swabs, found his DNA on her in 6 different places about her neck, on her scarf and shirt, etc. So what does your daughters being millionaires have to do with it's like if you're going to do a video, what you talking about with your daughter's money, or what does that have to do with anything? Let's continue.
It don't matter what anyone say about me. I'm always going to be able to make my bread. So what does cancel me? You can't cancel this show. You just can't cancel me. And that's why people be pissed off, because I'm not part of nobody's machine. So you can't compromise the way I speak, how I speak, when I speak, what I do. Oh, this person said this, so I got to bow down to the way you want me to do stuff in fear that I'm going to lose my endorsements. I'm a self-made millionaire. Self-made. That's how that go. That's real, which is my father actually died because there's rumors. I know what people's priority is, and I get it, but my priority is something that's true, that's real, which is my father actually died because there's rumors going out that I'm leveraging a lie about my father dying.
What is this? What is all of this got to do with anything?
I didn't get to cover much, picture.
I'm fast forwarding.
Understand more as you get older, especially as a black man or even a black woman in society. But I'm speaking on behalf of black men. When you get older, you learn a lot, and you understand
we're going to fast forward again.
So I could watch a show that I don't like featuring a person I don't like. You don't rock with me, move forward. That's how simple that is.
I don't watch you. I'm reporting on you because you have been arrested with allegations of battering a child intimately. And you say that you cannot be canceled. Your freedom can be canceled, sir. You can be canceled. I don't know what he's talking about. Let's continue.
This is Rolls Royce Diaries. We don't play those games.
What is...
Come on, you ain't canceling this season. You're not canceling this. 4 figures for that. Come on, $5,000 bag. Now, come on. And never mind the money in the bag. Rolls Royce Diaries.
This is who people were giving their money to? Him? This human right here? Wow. This is unbelievable. So he has a Rolls Royce, so he says, and he feels that, you know what? This is why I'm so glad that we live in a land of laws. You can be canceled. Just listen. When those legal fees start getting down on your ASS, sir, listen, let's continue.
That's what this show is. Any of you that follow me know I do Rolls Royce Diaries. This is when I build and I kick it with the family about things that I feel the family need to be able to connect with, evaluate, interest,
let's continue.
And into this year. Like, damn. You know what? I could die right now. Because I accomplished everything I wanted to accomplish. I got to be with the women I ever wanted to be with. I got the vehicles I ever wanted. All the toys. Most importantly, I set up.
You know what? That child has a father, that child has a mother, and this guy is rolling around like he's on some rampage. All right, you go around messing with people offspring and see, get upon the right person and see. Let's continue.
Wealth stewardship. I employed wealth stewardship to the point that I know if I'm not here, my work ethic will perpetuate itself.
Well, I'm gonna fast forward some more because I don't.
Not really happy, man. He just always look like he happy or whatever y'all be saying out there. I'm content.
People feel that you look happy. God have mercy. This good times face, keeping my head above water, making a wave if I can face is what people are saying. He capping now. Let's continue. This is unbelievable.
Because I know one desire begets another desire. So I'm not going to go out my way and desire another $400,000 car after another $400,000 car. I ain't going to do that.
What is he talking with fast
So
forwarding?
when you people want to be popular or you achieve success, remember when you pray for rain, you may get mud. Remember that. When you pray for rain, you might get mud. Bad happened to me. Oh, God punishing me. But them, he had a special plan. That's why he got shot in the head, and that's why he died in a helicopter. So y'all could miss the plan. So one man could die in a helicopter, another man gets shot in his head. But something bad happened to me. Oh, God punishing me. But them, he had a special plan. That's why he got shot in the head, and that's why he died in a helicopter. So y'all could miss me before your spooky.
Let's see.
My father died, and I'm dealing with this crazy scenario.
All right, hold on.
And money can't get you to heaven. Hey, let's talk about this crazy talk too. So people say, hey, God is punishing me. That's why my father died, and I'm dealing with this crazy scenario. God is doing that. So when Nipsey got shot in his head, that was God's plan because he got something special going for him. I didn't say that. That's what people say. His family say this.
Ex-gangbanger?
When Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter.
Wasn't Kobe also accused of assault? The fire them. Let's continue going forward.
Man, God had a special plan, took him and his daughter because he knows he loves his daughter so much. They took him and his daughter. They said that God's special plan. So one man could die in a helicopter, another man gets shot in his head. But something bad happened to me. Oh, God punishing me. But them, he had a special plan. That's why he got shot in the head, and that's why he died in a helicopter. So y'all could miss me before your spookiest.
Maybe the special plan is for the girl and her getting justice. Maybe that's the special plan. Let's continue. Just
speculations about God.
His energy is just
and
not
so
for me.
I did this live stream not for the detractors. I have nothing to prove to the people that's talking crazy. I did this live stream for my good brothers and sisters who automatically is like, yo, I'm rocking with you. I love you. I don't give a damn. This, that, and the third. I just want you all to understand that if there's any legal issue that I'm dealing with, it doesn't behoove me to speak on it at this hour because I have a defense team, plural, probably the best in the goddamn country, may I add. But I have a defense team that I would be circumventing or undermining their ability to render the services that they are obligated to fulfill on my behalf by speaking. So I know in the world of YouTube court, yo, if something happened, just talk about it. But in the legal world, it don't work like that. In the legal world, when you got a legal defense team and things have been said,
let's pause this video right here. I'm going to check some apples. I'm going to take a quick little break. I got to get his energy off of me real quick. Listen. Text notification squad, come forward and get ready to throw your 10s up. As a matter of fact, go ahead and throw your 10s up if you're a part of the text notification squad. Go ahead and tag a friend, tag a loved one. I believe that this video is very important that we're going to be discussing today. So tag, share. And let's dive in because I want you to see how he behaved like a guilty person. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what it is that he said when a victim of assault came forward and was talking with him. I'm going to show you how he treated him. I'm going to show you. All right. So text notification squad. If you're a part of the text notification squad, if you're part of the TKO text squad, go ahead and throw up your 10s. Let's see your 10s. If you'd like to join the text notification squad, the link is in the description. The text notification squad is a select group of people who get a text whenever I go live. That way you're always on time. That way you get to be there front and center with the video. You get to be on broadcast off platform and help collaborate on different things. Like we had a private broadcast yesterday with the text notification squad. Hey, thank you, text notification squad. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome. And that is a way that you can support the show. Another way that you can support the show is by sending cash apps during the show. The link to that is in the description, and I will be reading your apples online, live here today. What are your thoughts about this so far? He's talking about all the money he got, all the money his children got, and all this kind of other. I think that this is, it's repulsive to me. I find it to be repulsive. We'll jump back into this because I just want to get through this video. I just want to get through it. Welcome. Thank you all so very much. Thank you for your love and your support. You all are thebomb.com. Let's go back to this. Oh my gosh. Here we go.
You just allow the things that have been said to be said, and that just gets dealt with accordingly. You don't open your mouth. You don't speak. So what I will say is my defense team will be putting out a statement on my behalf, perhaps even an interview, and they'll get it in. But out of respect to the people that love and support me, not the trolls. You know who you are. The second you hear something bad about me, you do videos. You see all the good going on, you don't do nothing. I thought you died. You heard something bad? I'm like, oh, they resurrected. They're alive. You think they're watching you because they're concerned with you. You think they're watching you. You think those views you getting, oh man, they love what I'm doing. Start talking about yourself again and see how many people listen to you. When you talk about me, they listen to you. It gotta really fucking hurt. You hate me, but you know what? You need me because you monetize those shit. If you hate me so much, don't make money off of my name. Don't collect money talking about me. Don't put advertisements in your YouTubes. If you hate me so much, don't make money.
Do not post links in my comments. You're going to get yourself blocked. If you want to submit links, come to my website, TanyaTKO.com, click on contact, and you can submit your stories that way. We talk about self-love on this channel. So self-love as it relates to women in relationships. So do it that way. Do it the right way. Because listen.
Off of my name. Okay. If you hate me that much, don't make money off my name. How about that? You hate me so much.
What is he talking about?
But you know, I'm blessed and highly appreciative of everybody that shows love and support. But like I said, this stream is not for the detractors and for the trolls. This stream is for the people that really show me love.
What does this have to do with hating him? A child was hurt. A child was hurt. The authorities found the DNA on the child. How is this hate? What does this have to do with hate? Hating him? And what does that have to do with it? This is bizarre. Go ahead and send those apples in. I'm going to be reading them in just a moment. This is unbelievable.
I want them to understand, if they haven't taken it into consideration, that it's not in my best interest to speak about any specific parts or details of anything, any allegations that's been made. It's not in my best interest. You know, you don't drop a bag for people to work on your behalf so you can circumvent their abilities, so you can jump right in. If you think
some more.
I don't want to go all the way in and,
let's see what he's
say things and represent myself a certain way, then you're bugging. But there's instances in time where you have to fall back. Sometimes when I talk to my publicist, I want to do stuff a certain way, and he'd be like, no, you can't do it that way. And what the hell did I hire him for? Now, I got my own opinions, formulate my own views, but at the same.
Somebody said he's talking about me. Please. First of all, I don't hate this man. I don't even know him. This is yesterday was the first time that I even ever heard him speak. And if there are vloggers who are reporting on him, they're reporting on him because this is breaking news. Trying to say, if you hate me, don't report on me and make money off of me. Maybe there are people out there who hate you, and will make money off of you. But they're doing that because you are the trick. and they're making money off of you because you're the trick du jour, the fool, the payaso who has come forward and is sullying the Black community with your damn shenanigans. This is unbelievable. This dude here, yo.
Same rate. It's a team effort. So if somebody is in your corner that specializes in that which you're discussing, sometimes you have to exercise a certain level of humility because that's what they're in your corner for. You can't bow down
Let's
what's going
continue
on.
forward, fast forward.
I'm very confident in the people that represent me. And it's going to work out.
Fast forward again.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we had the documentary going. It'll be a docudrama, and that's still in the air. Someone say something about me. I'm all over the news. It's a testament to all the hard work you do. So the wild thing about planet Earth is you could work really hard and contribute to your community.
Yes.
And that's the build up. So if something gets said about you bad, the turnaround is, oh, you're going to go viral. So you work hard and you build up your community, but nobody wants to report that or propagate it or upload anything. But you build momentum, and then you find out how much people actually know you. You actually find out how much people freaking know you when the shit starts going down negative. That's wild. So I'm like, wow, okay, I'm nationwide.
Some of the people coming forward don't
so in
know
every
you,
step
son.
of my life, the evolution.
What
and when
you
time
talking
tells,
about?
old people talking crazy, guess what happens? They just go back in their world. No one's gonna hold them accountable. Some people we gonna hold accountable, goddammit. Because of shit that people saying, I'm like, damn, I'm about to start tuning into their shit to find out about the situation. Because apparently they know more than I freaking know.
Your charges are public. Your charges are public. Public record. People have the court documents, son. This didn't just happen. This happened in May, June. They sent for the DNA samples. They got it back. August 10th, he was arrested. But this has been going on. They have been investigating this for months. And you kept quiet. You could have addressed this months ago. But you waited until you was arrested and your mugshot all out there. And now people are talking about you because a child was hurt and people are concerned for the child. And you're making this about you. Where is his addressing the victim? The fact that there's a person out there who says she was hurt and battered by him. Where is him saying, I don't this, that, and the other? Well, where is that? He's showing his car and talking about he got money. But what about not being a predator?
You feel me?
Let's go forward.
Automatically, it just make you like this. You got to look at them a certain way because the shit is so egregious. So I get it. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. Sometimes someone can say something so vile, disgusting, and negative about you. It's going to make most people turn around like, damn, why would someone even say that about that person? It must be right. That's how this thing goes on planet Earth. Everybody understands that. So I totally get it. Shout out to everybody that just wants the right thing to take place. I'm down with all of that. I'm down for all of that. But again, you ain't going to hear me speaking about nothing. Not, at least not at this present point in time. About you.
Continue going forward.
It has the potential to grow faster than the things that you do good. I know why he's tripping, man. You might have got hit with that basketball too many times in the head. Nah, why you want me to be a Clippers fan so bad? I don't rock with them. Huh?
Oh my Lord. Now he's
Hey man, so blessings in abundance. Salute to my.
Let's go forward. Ugh, I can't take this I gotta get this off my screen. God of mercy, Lord of mercy. Go forward. He just
Thanks for the support. Popping off. So we're gonna do the post to sing y'all out there. That's actually this week, and goddamn, that's gonna be great. Yo, I didn't know you be bugged out like that. I always thought you had a future.
It seems like this just went downhill. I'm sorry, this is The energy of this man, I just don't feel it. It really it aggravates my spirit. It aggravates my spirit. We're going to read the apples right now. Let's see if we could just... Oh. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. That video took a lot out of me. This is why we vloggers be needing our breaks. Shanika sends $2 and says, intimate predators are the biggest narcissists. Child, wait till you hear how he did that guy who says he was assaulted by this dude's mentor. Lisa sends $2 for support. Thank you so much, Lisa. We appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Tawanda sends $10 and says thank you. No, thank you, Tawanda. We appreciate that. Thank you. Michelle sends $1 and says narcissist. He thinks the pedo vids on him are for clout. This is what I'm saying. It's like who nobody want clout off of that? That's crazy. Oh wow, Brandon sends $80 and says Jim Jones. Thank you. Thank you. He says Jim Jones complex and Pootie Tang spirit beware. Actually, that is not really far off. Listen, I've already told you all about posting links in my comments. You're going. I'm sorry, you don't have the access anymore. Stop. All right, let's continue. Let's see what else we have. All right, then we have Maisha who sends 555 and says, me 14 to 16 years by a man 40 plus. They're always free. What? Me 14 to 16 years by a man 40 plus. They're always free. Wow. So I imagine that you were intimately assaulted between the ages of 14 and 16 by a man who was 40 plus. Like this dude's mentor, Dr. York, who's in prison serving a 135-year sentence. You know what we're going to do? We're going to play some from that old video. That's what we're going to do. We're going to play some from the old video. And then we are going to play an audio from a Black woman who feels that the young girl who she calls a woman at one point has a Jezebel spirit and actually is the predator on him. We're going to play that audio for you. But it's just, I just want you to see. I just want you to see.
But see, when you see, I'm speaking on behalf of the children or the people that had to testify or that testified.
Had to testify based on what that he.
All right, so let's talk about this real quick. This video right here is, I found it posted in 2017. I don't know if the video is older or younger than that. The person right here on the right is Brother Polight. This person right here, though he's an adult right now, when he was younger, he alleges that he was assaulted by Dr. Malachi York. For those of you who don't know, let's go back out. Let's go back out and show, right? So Dr. York, if you just look up Dr. York Nuwabian, Dr. York was this guy, this dude right here. He created a movement apparently many, many years ago talking about getting back to our African roots, becoming sovereign, stuff like that. I actually had a family member that got caught up in his cult. And I took my family member, when I lived in Georgia, I took my family member to the compound that this guy had because I wanted to just kind of keep an eye on my family members, see what was going on, etc. This is a distant relative, right, who happened to be visiting America and was interested in this whole Nuwabian thing, right? And I took him to this compound and I had a look around and I got creepy vibes on the compound myself. It was weird. There was a lot of weird, it just was a weird energy there. It wasn't a peaceful, healing energy like when you go up to the Omega Institute in New York. It wasn't that type of vibe. It was weird. They had these paper mache totem poles and these paper mache you know how I look, because I went to Egypt before I went to Egypt, and when I went to Egypt they had these sorry, what is it called, the tall images of people who are shaped like bird heads and all this other stuff. You know, the whole Egyptian feel kind of thing. So it was a lot of that stuff, except it was made out of paper mache. It wasn't carved out of wood. It wasn't set with cement. It was like paper mache. It was bizarre. And they had like this little circle thing where you walk around in this circle and it's supposed to be healing for you. But I just got a real creepy vibe there. And it was weird. It was just weird. They claimed that they were sovereign on this huge piece of land. And after we had left there, it turns out that this guy, this person right here, so he's been around a long time, and he's been seen with all different types of people in the music industry and et cetera, et cetera. And so this is him on the right here, this guy right here with the hat on and all of that. So they say that he has done record-breaking things for Black people, that he became a Liberian citizen and all this other stuff, right? He taught and did all of this stuff talking about Black people having their own. But then it turns out that he may have had a thirst for youngins, not even just there's words you can't say on YouTube. I wish that we could, but he had this thirst for children, and he ended up hurting a lot of children, so many that the number of people who came forward to testify against him was profound. It was a windfall. And he is currently serving 135 years under the jail. They threw away the key. And he in court was like, I'm sovereign, you have no control over me and all this other stuff. Well, they got control over your ass now, don't they, sir? Because you are under the jail. You will never get out in this lifetime, ever, right? So nonetheless, this man who is currently serving his sentence is the mentor of Polight, right? So I want you to keep that in mind. So when we see this video here, I want you to keep in mind that this guy, the one on the left, right? The one on the left says that he lived on the compound. He was there as a child, and he was assaulted by Dr. York, who's the guy we just saw. And so listen to how Polight treats him. He even starts hollering at him at one point. Let's continue.
He did do something to him.
Well, I say had to testify because some people didn't testify. So some people felt it in that they had to do this. Like it's something that they had to do. For me, it felt like it was something that I had to do. Because one, like I told you, both of my sisters went through the same thing I went through.
And
both of my older sisters.
Do you mind sharing? I don't know nothing.
Sharing what? Okay, well, both of my sisters been molested.
By who?
By Malachi York. By Pops, Barbara, you know, Esau, Mom Esau, whatever. You know, he has sex with them, and
At what ages?
At what ages? I mean, you know, if you want to get the accurate number, you can ask them.
Around what age? You know,
I mean,
trying
13,
to be
14, 7, 8. You know, and I will only speak for myself as far as the personal thing that I've been through.
Of course, you.
And as far as if you know, and I don't want to get graphic. One, you know, okay, I'm a dude. I'm not gonna be walking around saying that I've been molested, this and that happened. As a man, you don't want to be going around saying that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So when in my situation or the way I grew up, I was ready to move on. I left in 2001. I was ready to just live my life, move on, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The people started doing the investigations and stuff. The FBI started doing the investigations, started trying to get statements from people. Both my sisters went ahead and gave their statements.
Yeah. I
still had nothing to do with it. No statement, no nothing. When I realized, okay, they're about to go to court. You know, and I went through the same thing that they went through. Like, I'm my mother's only son. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm the man of the family. You know what I'm saying? My sisters were going to stand up for themselves, and I'm, you know what I'm saying? So, I was like, okay, well, and then that's when I gave my statement, and that's when I decided that, you know, that I was gonna go ahead and do it. Nobody wants to see they family go get locked away. So I really understand how hard it is for people that's deeply involved in it also. And people gotta understand, I was born and raised in it too. So I understand from inside out also what it feels like not to have this person around still giving leadership. You know, so it's not no stranger, no random person that's saying, oh, this happened. I mean, this stuff, like, I was 7 years old. You know what I'm saying? I was upstate New York after Brooklyn. You know, I was upstate New York when he first, touched me or whatever, in molested, And so from 7 to 14, 7 years that I went through this, you know what I'm saying? And that's my story.
Would you say there's been over 20 children molested by Dr. York?
I would say so. I mean, I would say that it was, if I could confirm people that I could strongly confirm, it'll be about 15 or 20 people.
Obviously, if over 15 to 20 children were being molested, we have to now say.
I want you, okay, so listen, this is about to get hairy. If you're triggered by this type of thing, you can turn down the volume, and when you see this video and you know what, I will pause it again and let you know when it's over, or when this video is off the screen, or you can just jump out of the video and come back, because it's about to get very grotesque right now, because he's about to start blaming children. This man said, he was 7. Think about a 7-year-old child. Think about the lack of awareness, the innocence, the joviality of a 7-year-old. We're talking about first grade. We're talking about with the big book bag on and, going to their classes and learning how to just write straight. 7 years old. 7. Groomed in a world where this man stated that he was sent here with knowledge from some other planet in some alternate universe. So this man with this celestial knowledge, who have helped so many, who was doing so much in the community that people looked up to, took advantage of his position and hurt children. I want you to listen and pay attention, because when I titled this video that this dude Polight is behaving as guilty people do, I want you to pay attention and see how he treats this person who is alleging that when he was a child that he was hurt. All right? Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look. So go out and come back in if this is, listen, protect your peace. Because I know that there are things that are triggering for people. So protect your peace. Let's continue going forward.
Hey, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr.
All right.
York?
So now he's going to.
We have to now say how.
He's going to give a false equivalence and talk about why aren't the adults locked up? Why didn't the children say anything if something was really happening? All these people. Now he's saying that the parents should be locked up. Let's listen. Let's listen.
Obviously, if over 15 to 20 children were being molested, we have to now say, how come the adults wasn't saying nothing? Shouldn't they be locked up with Dr. York too? How come they're free to testify about it?
You understand the adults were separated from their children. So you had the girls in one house, the boys in one house, the women in one place, the brothers in one place. Everybody was separated. So it wasn't no house.
Listen to how the man set the place up. Listen. He gave whatever reason it is that he needed to separate the children from their parents, to separate the men from the women, so that he could have access to this precious commodity. Listen, people who have this type of sickness are very cunning. They're very cunning. They know how to be in the space that they need to be to get their supply. What is their supply? Children. So they get these jobs at places that they know that children are going to be. They set themselves up to be very charming and trustworthy. The reason why people trust their children with these people is not because they're walking around like, no, they're walking around like, I just love children. Well, maybe not like that. Maybe not like, because that's creepy too. That's creepy too. So he set up this compound so that the children were on their own. The parents were separated from the children. So he created the environment rife for his abuse.
House with a family, and then you could recognize when your child is gone.
You mean to tell the world that none of these children had enough sense in their mind to go tell their parent that this isn't right? I've been touched sexually.
Listen, you hear how he's positing it, right? I'll rewind that for you. You mean to tell me none of these children had enough sense? What sense is a 7-year-old going to have? Why is he positing it as, and look at the look on the face of the man who he's talking to, who is disclosing that he had been hurt by this man. Look at his face. I want you to see his face as he's saying this. Look at his face. How do you continue talking to a person who posits that you didn't have enough sense to come forward as a 7-year-old child? A person who is in the presence of a man who is positioned as God in your world. This is sick. And so when he comes in, and so when is it any surprise? Is it any surprise that years later, now somebody is coming out saying he's hurt them? Is it any surprise? The way that he is blaming children for not having quote unquote sense. Let's continue.
I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. None of these children had enough sense in their mind to go tell their parent that this isn't right. I've been touched sexually. I've been sexually abused. Not one child out of all these children. It could have stopped so long ago if just one child or just one adult. What caused all of this to come out? First, you hear nothing from nobody. Yeah. You hear nothing from nobody. Then you hear something from everybody, all at the same time.
They might not have been the medium to talk to anybody about the situation.
Not even their parents.
I mean, that's why, of course. I could have I could have told my mother.
We chose not to.
It's not that I chose not to. To really explain it would really take a lot. But I mean, you're not really yourself when you're not, you know what I'm saying? You ain't got no esteem. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no. You know what I'm saying? You can't even face, like, my mother had to, when she found out from my sister and she came to me and asked me about it, and I still really couldn't even tell her. I had to say, well, I had sex with the girl and he was there. And that was my way of telling her that, yeah.
So, he was sicking children onto other children. He said to his mother, I had intercourse with the girl and he was there. So he was over there playing these reindeer games, whatever the hell he was doing, having children mounting one another as he watched. And you see this guy. Come on, this is too much.
It happened, you know what I'm saying? But that's when the initial conversation, and this is like 2 weeks before we left. It was something I was under. I couldn't tell my mom. I didn't tell nobody. It was something that held me to not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because I looked up to him as my dad, because I looked up to him as the person that he was. I thought he was a God figure. I thought he, you know, and all those reasons, like, you know, I'm trying to like see why is this going on? What's the significance? I'm young. I don't even know what really into sex, and I don't even...
Why do you think he's locked up for 135 years, underground 60 feet, in a super max penitentiary with no one with a case likened to his own, amongst cannibals? Not because what you think he should be locked up for, why you think he's locked up.
Well, I mean, to answer your question in the way that I think you're asking it, you know what I'm saying? Because one, you have a black leader that was getting black people together.
So listen now. Listen. So this guy, he'd already been groomed from when he was a child. Now he has this person who is, you can tell from the way that he's asking the question that he's on the side of the predator. And he's like, why do you think he's under there? And he's like, well, to answer the question in the way that you're asking it. So now he goes back into his cult programming. Listen to what he's about to say. He goes back into his cult programming and starts repeating regurgitated answers. Listen. Look at his poor face.
Should be locked up for. Why you think he's locked up?
Well, I mean, to answer your question in the way that I think you're asking it, you know what I'm saying? Because one, you have a black leader that was getting black people together and was building a sovereign nation.
Tell me if this is something you believe. That's not what I want to hear. What do you personally believe, dealing with the facts of the matter? Not denying you of your experience, but based on what we all know, what is necessary to lock a person up when you accuse them of these type of things.
What I know from history is that whenever you have a black leader that's uplifting the people, that's doing something for the community, that's bringing people together, and that's building people and elevating people, then they get taken down. You know what I'm saying? And he wouldn't have been taken down, and he hasn't been taken down until they found something that to take him down with. If he threw everything away by molesting kids, did he really care about everybody else? This is what I have to live with. I have to live with how do I come across the people that's in the knowledge and even vibe with them and talk to them on a regular level, and people looking at me one way.
Nah, that's all good. You can always come to a class of ours.
That's cool, but you know what I'm saying. But it is. But see, the thing is that
it don't make you a bad person.
At the end of the day, people's always gonna have his word over anybody else's word because that's all they know.
No, at the end of the day, he's locked up, so obviously they took y'all word over everyone else's. It doesn't matter, like I told you, if we say he's innocent, when he's still locked up in prison. Y'all word accounted for everything.
What the F is going on? He's hollering at this man. Now look at his body language. The dude is like, I don't know what to say. This happened to me and you're hollering at me. And he's like, it don't matter if we say he innocent. And he put up the black power fist. Y'all were accounted for everything. Really? What is this? What is this? I'll rewind that part for you. For the people who are here. And look, I just want you to look at his body language. Look. He is man-spreaded. Legs wide open, arm on the back of the chair, taking up all of the space, right? And hollering at this guy. I just want you to see. I'll rewind a little bit of that for you so you can see again. Look at what is his face telling you? What is Michael Noak's face? Because I don't like calling him Brother Polight. What is Michael Noak's face telling you? He looked like Ike Turner right here. Look at his body language, lunging up forward from the chair. Look his body language as he's peering down at this guy, eyebrows and forehead furrowed. I'm sorry, this is sick. This is sick.
His word over anybody else's word because that's all they know.
No, at the end of the day, he's locked up, so obviously they took y'all word over everyone else's. It doesn't matter, like I told you, if we say he's innocent, when he's still locked up in prison. Y'all word accounted for everything.
But I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? I can only face what's in front of me. And everything that's in front of me, I see people that's being misled. I see people that's under the impression, and even though...
Being misled by what? Because people are saying Doc is being railroaded? That people are saying none of this has to do with the case as far as the government is concerned? The government don't give a damn about the accusations?
Saying that
are you hearing what I'm saying?
You got people saying that kids haven't been molested.
Why is he hollering at this victim? A person who testified under oath, under threat of perjury. Look at his body language. You see him, right? What is his stance telling you? What is his demeanor, his hollering? What is all of that communicating to you? And then you have this guy here disarmed, leaning back away from him as he's hollering at him. We can see that again.
That's under the impression, and even though...
Being misled by what? Because people are saying
Doc
is being railroaded? That people are saying None of this has to do with the case as far as the government is concerned. The government
Let's
don't give
go
it
back a
back
little
up, so
bit
obviously
further.
they took y'all word over everyone else's. It doesn't matter, like I told you, if we say he's innocent, when he's still locked up in prison. Y'all word accounted for everything.
What I can't go back. You know what I'm saying? I can only face what's in front of me. And everything that's in front of me, I see people that's being misled. I see people that's under the impression, and even though
Being misled by what? Because people are saying Doc is being railroaded. That people are saying none of this has to do with the case as far as the government is concerned. The government don't give a damn about the accusations.
People saying that
are you hearing what I'm saying?
You got people saying that kids haven't been molested. I can't see what you're seeing. I can't see the I know what happened to me. I know what he did. I know what kind of person he is. You know what I'm saying? So
what kind of person he is? That's the question I want to ask you. What kind of person is Dr. York?
I mean, you get what you're saying.
So now look. I mean, look at his stance. Look, you all see him. You see him. He's like, what kind of person is? And so now he goes back into his programmed responses. Listen to what he says, what type of person, the dude who has been accused of not only hurting him, but hurting many children who people are defending.
That's the question I want to ask you. What kind of person is Dr. York?
I mean, you get what you see. You get what you see.
Tell me,
but
who is he to you?
What people didn't see is also the
I ain't asking about other people. I want to know about you personally. I want to get into your mind. I want to know, what is he to you? Who is he to you?
Who he is to me right now? He's somebody that did a lot of things great, but had his flaws, and it didn't correct those flaws. And he had years and years and years to correct those flaws. He didn't correct those flaws. Now I came back, and now he's incarcerated. Should he be in there? Should he be out? Someone like him shouldn't be incarcerated if they uplifted the community and doing what he did. But if you're gonna do that, and on top of that, still do the wrong thing for years and years and years, then you definitely shouldn't be out on the streets. That's if I was the devil, the perfect devil is the one who's gonna be a pastor, a preacher, or the one doing the right thing, and actually the one doing the wrong thing and send you to hell. That's the perfect devil right there. If I was a devil right now, I'd be telling you to do the right thing. I'd be telling you to live your life this way, and I'll be sending you right to hell. The devil knows the gospel as well as any pastor or preacher. So if the devil is going to do his job, what better way to do it than to have everybody lifting themselves or doing the right thing? And in actuality, it's like they're going up, but they're going this way. It's not just up. It's like they're going up and they're going astray. You know what I'm saying? That's the only really way that the devil could do his job, is to deceive people into thinking that he's actually God, to deceive people into thinking that he's actually Christ. That's why they say you will have false prophets and false messiahs. I would respect a wolf. If I was a sheep, I would respect a wolf that approached me and tried to hunt me down than a wolf that came in sheep clothing.
My whole argument in this whole situation is, should people be locked up based on what people believe? I got the right to be angry. You know why? Because the Lord promises me something different. The Lord promises me that we will lock people up beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's what the Lord promises me.
Yeah. But in this case, it was up to 12 people to have that reasonable doubt or not. And those 12 people make the decision.
It's not. So what's the point?
If you want to fight for
it's your matter of opinion if you would have took the
fight for
plea
it
or
for
not.
another reason. Don't fight for it because he's innocent of a molesting kid.
Let's say he molested 1,000 children. Factually.
Okay.
Genetic evidence and everything. Things that we don't deny scientifically. We say, wow, okay, true. If someone was to ask me, would you still worship him as your Most High, acknowledge him as your Most High God? I would have to. I don't identify with everything he does there, much like I believe most Christians don't identify with everything their God does, because it says their God is a jealous God. And some Christians would tell you it's not right to be jealous. And some would tell you that, it shouldn't be vengeful, but then the Bible tells you the Most High is a vengeful God. And it tells you shouldn't hate, but it tells you that God loved Jacob.
So they're saying that this interview was done in 2010. So this interview is a lot older than we thought. I hope this young man is okay. But you hear what he's saying, right? He's like, I would still have to worship this guy as my God, even if he hurt 1,000 children, saying that one person's word doesn't account. No, you can be convicted on people's word. If people come forward and they testify that you did this thing, you can be convicted on that. I mean, how many more people need to come out and come forward with credible testimony? Come on.
Up and he hated Esau. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a difference between being a proud Nubian and saying that he's innocent. Okay, that's two different people. I could be a proud Nubian because I was born in Nuwapu, but it's two different kinds of people.
Are you got people Nubian, if that's the case?
I can be, but
so he's like, are you a proud Nuwabian if that's the case? So if you're going to be proud, you have to just keep your mouth shut and not talk about the leader that's hurting people. And this man is like, look, he had enough time to change his ways. He didn't change his ways. He continued hurting people. I just don't understand. Why is Michael Noak sitting there doing this? Why is he badgering this man who is there telling his story, who is there coming out and speaking about the pain that he's gone through, and he has this man glaring, look at him, hovering near him, glaring him down in a fight posture on the seat. I mean, come on. Let's continue.
How can I be a proud Nubian if the Nubians are saying that he's in different kinds of people? Proud Nubian because I was born in Nuwapu, but it's two different kinds of people.
Are you got people Nubian, if that's the case?
I can be, but how can I be a proud Nubian if the Nubians are saying that he's innocent and I'm saying that this happened to me?
Yeah,
so now it is. You see how we sitting down talking? That's. But see, the thing is that, now is my word against the master teacher's word, and whose word is they gonna take?
I know one thing the master teacher always taught is that when you're looking at the sides of the truth, there's his side, her side, his or her side versus his or her side. But really, in actuality, it's just the truth. Your side, their side, and just the truth. There's only one truth.
This was horrifying, y'all. This was horrifying. This was traumatizing. This is why I gave you all the trigger warning before we got into it. I can't even imagine what this young man was going through listening to this. I can't even imagine. And then what I want you all to hear is the audio that we're going to play. So special shout out to Beautiful One who sent this audio to me, because I wouldn't have believed it had I not heard it myself, where she's calling this child a Jezebel and then actually saying that the child is the predator. I want you all to hear this because your mind will be blown. I mean, listen, I would love to do a quick survey. If you can believe that a woman said that, put up a number 3. If you can't believe that a woman would say that and even refer to the 14-year-old girl as a woman before she corrected herself, put up the 0. If you can't believe that, put up a 0. If you can believe that a grown woman would be blaming a child, put up a 3. If you cannot believe it, put up a 0. Because I would not have believed it had I not heard it myself. I'm gonna look for the survey. I'm sorry, this is just so disturbing. It was traumatizing. We're gonna take a little break before we get into that audio because somebody is saying that this man is the truth. Yeah, and you know what? Oh, wow, you all can believe that? I would not have believed it had I not heard it myself. L on L has the 0s. Shanae has a 0, because I would not have believed it myself. But wait till you hear. Wait till you hear. Wait till you hear. Wait till you hear. Also, not only was Dr. York Michael Noak's mentor, he was also the mentor of African Bambaataa. And we know, with the key in the ignition, you sissies. Remember that dude from the 90s, 80s, whenever it was, right? Had everybody walking around with the beaded necklace that, I'm sorry, I'm rocking back and forth just to soothe myself after that video right there. I'm sorry, that was a lot. African Bambaataa was also accused of assaulting children, boys, for years, and operating undetected because he seemed so positive and so powerful, uplifting for the community. All right, so Whew. All right. I'm trying to get my energy back up, y'all. I'm trying to get my energy back up, but it's just, this video is just so sad that I all right, let's read the apples that have come in. T. Michelle sends $5 and says his energy and aura is demonic. There's something about his spirit that I don't take. I just don't resonate with it. I just don't resonate with it. Hey, goodness rated Bo sends $103. Hey! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. And she says, tuning in all the time payment. Thank you for tuning in all the time payment. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Especially on a night like tonight where the topic is so difficult. And Christina sends $2 and says, wow, blaming children, disgusting. Absolutely. I don't know how some people sleep at night, but you know, these people are disturbed. This is not normal way of thinking. Nay sends $10 and says, this convo has shrunken him back to a 7-year-old boy. Sad. Exactly. You see him there and you see him retreating back into repeating the talking points about this powerful man. I mean, can you imagine having a person that everybody looks up to, that people think of as God, and you know that this man is doing something terrible? Can you imagine having the courage to come forward, especially if you're a boy and you know that you're going to be labeled as all of these slurs and words and all of this other stuff? Christina sends $2 and says, my heart goes out to that young man. Heartbreaking. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Zanisha sends a broken heart. Absolutely. So thank you. Thank you all so much. Thank you for all of the apples. Symphony sends $2 and says he should have left pedophilia on the beach, on the bench alone. Yeah, you know, it's like, unfortunately, he's been programmed, he's been groomed, and he was born, he said he was born into that. So I don't know how long this guy was operating, but that dude, if he was, unbelievable. Well, he's under the jail now. All right. Let's get this audio ready. If you all are ready, let's get this audio ready, because I couldn't believe it when I heard it myself. So here.
Mecca C, and I'm calling from Omaha, Nebraska.
What's on your mind, Mecca, Omaha, Nebraska?
I'm calling because I've been watching this, and it's really disturbing to me. And I just want to say I've been watching you and Polight for over 11 years.
What's disturbing to you, sis?
What's disturbing to me is that we hold court in our minds and on YouTube without knowing the truth. And we have to understand that there's a truth and a truth. And then there's the truth. And we still, as Black people, don't know nothing about the law.
Right.
I want to talk about something about a vulnerability in our conscious community. You did something just recently where you brought out some childhood trauma.
Okay. Yes.
As Black, right.
So she's speaking with a creator by the name of Sa Netter. These are people that I don't know. I'm just, and from what it is that I'm hearing and seeing, I can see why it doesn't resonate with me. That's just it's not my cup of tea. It's not the direction it's just not for me. But I can understand how a person who has certain things missing in their life could be attracted to trying to find answers, trying to find, I remember when I went to Nigeria. Before as the pandemic was starting, I was coming back from Nigeria. But when I was in Nigeria, and you can see my playlist, but remember when I was in Nigeria and I felt stateless. I went to Nigeria thinking that I would find something there that could connect me to my roots. And I ended up really feeling alone in this world, because when I went there, well, not feeling alone in this world, but feeling a certain type of aloneness on the path, because when I went there, Nigerians actually were vastly unaware of what it is that their offspring and their ancestors went through in the passage. They think of us as completely different people. They don't consider us to even be descendants of Nigeria. It's like they don't get it. They were never taught. They were taught by Caucasians and Europeans. And the Europeans never taught them what happened to the people that they stole and trafficked from them. And so when I went there, I felt stateless. I felt like there was really no place that I truly belonged. And I remember coming to that realization. I was in tears in that video. It's a really powerful, powerful video. So you can watch that. It's in, if you go to my page on YouTube, the playlist for my Nigeria trip is there. And the videos are titled accordingly. But I can understand how a Black person searching for answers, searching for their footing in this world, can feel that they found the answers in these people. You know, but once you start traveling, because I told you, I've been to Egypt, I've been to underground pyramids, I've been to the pyramids of Giza, I've been to the pyramids of, I forget the names of some of the other pyramids, because there's more than just the triangle pyramids. There are underground pyramids, there are all different types of pyramids in Egypt, there's all different types of stuff, but I didn't find my answers when I went to Egypt, I didn't find my answers when I went to Nigeria. Listen, let's continue going forward. So I can understand how people can get caught up in going to people that say that they have the answers. And then you mix that with, as Cynthia calls, the black male worshiping culture. You put that all together, and then here we are. A woman on the line, listen to what it is that she's about to say. And if you're triggered by victim blaming, step out and come back in. Or maybe this isn't the video for you. Okay, let's continue going forward. I went to Ghana. I didn't find what I was looking for in Ghana either. I just didn't feel a connection. I didn't feel a connection, really, you know, unfortunately. But we've been gone for too long. We've been gone for too long. All right. So here we go.
There are certain things that, as a child of trauma, that we have to also look at. Molestation, well, I'm not even going to use the word. The M word and the R word happens to our brothers too. Our brothers get assaulted.
All right. So there are people are saying that we need a block party. Oh, we haven't had a block party yet. So who needs the block party over here? And then I see somebody who was saying they were not stolen, they were sold. Let me tell you something. No human being has the right to sell another human being. Shut that shit. Don't listen. Shut that shit. You do not have authority vested in you to sell another human being. You don't have the authority to buy or own another human being. You don't. You don't. So shut that shit right there. Don't come in here with that madness. Stop it. Stop it. What these people did is they trafficked human beings. You don't have the ability to buy and sell people. You do not. And I don't even eat meat because I don't believe that we have the right to consume the carcass, the dead flesh of a dead animal's body. I don't eat meat for that reason, right? So I don't see the person that needs to be blocked, but you all said that a person did need to be blocked, but I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll keep an eye out. Just know, listen, keep an eye out. I'm going to keep an eye out. Let's continue going forward. I'll catch him. Don't worry.
Doesn't matter the age of the victim.
So now she comes out talking about how boys have also, I'm going to rewind just a little bit. Boys have also, and then the men on the panel like, yeah.
Nebraska.
What's on your mind, Makasim? Omaha, Nebraska.
I'm calling because I've been watching this and it's really disturbing to me. And I just want to say I've been watching you and Polight for over 11 years.
What's disturbing to you, sis?
What's disturbing to me is that we hold court in our minds and on YouTube without knowing the truth. And we have to understand that there's a truth and a truth. And then there's the truth. And we still, as Black people, don't know nothing about the law.
Right.
I want to talk about something about a vulnerable.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. There's somebody here in our chat who says that they are Michael Noak himself. The screen name says a Brother Polight, and he is saying put a better picture up. Son, I'm sorry. If you have hurt a child, you should be thanking your stars that the picture that I put up is not one of depicting what it is that those people who hurt children deserve. That's all I'm going to say about that. This is the way your face looks, son. That's your face that you got from whatever genetic or programming that came from your parents or whatnot. That's your face. That's your face. And that is the look that has been created from however it is that you've been living your life, son. That's how your face looks from whatever it is that you've been consuming or what has been consuming you, son. That is your face. If you have an issue with the way that you have come into this world and all of that is happening on your face, then it's time that you looked in your veritable mirror and did the things that you needed to do to alter whatever it is that's happening inside that is showing up outside and reflected in the face that you have a problem with being shown right now. Fall back. Fall back. This isn't the broadcast for you. Just fall back. Fall back, son. Fall back. Because I just finished looking at that video where you were sitting there with that man on the bench, where he was talking about what had happened to him as a child when you opened up your mouth to say that a 7-year-old didn't have sense to come out and talk against the person that the people in that community saw as God. Fall back, son. You don't want none of this here today. You don't. You don't want none today. Fall back. Go back along to wherever it is. Go back onto your little Instagram live and talk about haters trying to make money off your name. Fall back. Fall back. You know not say who me be. Fall back. Fall back. Let's continue going forward. Let's continue going forward.
Ability in our conscious community. You did something just recently where you brought out some childhood trauma.
Okay. Yes. With
As
Ronald
black,
Savage.
as right. There are certain things that, as a child of trauma, that we have to also look at. Molestation. Well, I'm not even going to use the word. The M word and the R word happens to our brothers too. Our brothers get assaulted. Doesn't matter the age of the victim or the predator. So I'm going to paint a picture for the people who are holding court on their YouTube channels and in their mind, that there could be a situation. I call it the Jezebel or Rosemary's Baby. That some of our children nowadays, whatever they've went through, whatever trauma they have, that by the time these girls are teenagers, that they have a predatory Jezebel mentality. Now, we've been having these so-called reports, of course.
I need you all to pay very close attention to what she's about to say. I only listened to a part of this call because I got sickened and I said, you know what, I need to go live and let you all hear this because I did not want this to run through my spirit twice. So I'm going to be listening to this with you all for the first time. Let's continue.
We're going on the devil's platform to get these reports. That, yes, there were things that were found on this woman's clothing or this young girl's clothing.
So you see how she referred to her as a woman. Yes, there were things found on this woman's clothing. Freudian slip. So there's a part of her that feels that this child is a woman. She starts talking about the Jezebel spirit and the Rosemary's Baby. Listen, do you need me to rewind this for you so that you can hear that foolishness again? I'll rewind it just in case you don't know that you heard what it is that you really did hear. As a matter of fact, go tag some people to this video, share this video, because there are more people that need to be there hearing this and the lessons that we're about to give, because a lot of people have gone through this, and a lot of people have also been victim blamed. Go share, tag someone, tag a loved one. We're going to take a quick commercial break. And so while we take the commercial break, start tagging your friends, your family members, your loved ones. And then after that, we're going to listen to some more of this call.
Are you tired of missing Tanya TKO's live videos? Arriving late when the video is well underway or about to end? Are you fatigued of only seeing a live video randomly while perusing YouTube and Facebook? Or worse, randomly unsubscribed? Well, now you can get a text notification whenever I go live. No longer are we dependent on the algorithm of these fickle platforms. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $4.99 a month international, you get a personalized text message 15 minutes before each live show. Now, you can show up early with the Text Squad, meet other people from all over the world, and get invited to secret broadcasts off-platform. Most importantly, support your favorite independent creator. Go to TanyaTKO.com and click on text. Join the TKO Text Squad today. For just $1.99 a month US and Canada, or $22 a year if you pay in advance, $4.99 a month international, $50 a year if you pay in advance, you'll never again be tardy to the party. I'll see you on the next broadcast. TanyaTKO.com/text.
That music always lifts my spirit a little bit. So if you are interested in joining the TKO Text Squad, the link is in the description. The text notification squad are people who get a text notification 15 minutes before we go live. And it's $1.99 a month, or $4.99 a month if you're international, or $22 a year, or $50 a year if you're international. The link is in the description, and you can join, and it helps support the show. The Cash Apples help support the show, and the link is in the description for that as well. So welcome back, everybody. Let's jump back into thank you. Let's jump back into the audio. Unbelievable. All right.
For people who are holding court on their YouTube channels and in their mind, that there could be a situation, I call it the Jezebel or Rosemary's Baby, that some of our children nowadays, whatever they've went through, whatever trauma they have, that by the time these girls are teenagers, that they have a predatory Jezebel mentality. Now, we've been having these so-called reports. Of course, we're going on the devil's platform to get these reports. That, yes, there were things that were found on this woman's clothing or this young girl's clothing, but let me paint a picture. What if this young girl was the predator? That anytime anyone is raped doesn't mean that the bodily functions don't adhere to nature's response. Meaning that if she was the predator in a given situation, that Polight may have been in a situation where he was vulnerable.
Listen. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say, you all. I don't know what to say. To get it. I'm trying not to. I'm trying. Listen. It's calling me. I couldn't help myself. Here it is. Superman-y. I mean, come the hell on. What if the 14-year-old girl was the predator and Polight was the victim? So now she has changed the dynamic, the strength dynamic, the age dynamic, the gender dynamic, to try to paint a 14-year-old girl as if she is stronger than, older than, wiser than, and in more control of the situation than the grown man. If a 14-year-old boy tried to touch me on my body, this boy would be in trouble. He would get hurt. So how is it that if some 14-year-old girl was the predator, how is it? See, the thing is that we infantilize the black men. We infantilize black men in our community, and we adultify black girls. You heard her call the girl a woman, right? Let's continue going forward. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't we can't make this up. I'll rewind it just a tiny bit for you.
Now, we've been having these so-called reports. Of course, we're going on the devil's platform to get these reports. That, yes, there were things that were found on this woman's clothing or this young girl's clothing. But let me paint a picture. What if this young girl was the predator? That anytime anyone is raped, doesn't mean that the bodily functions don't adhere to nature's response. Meaning that if she was the predator in a given situation, that Polight may have been in a situation where he was vulnerable, that there was a female young predator that he may have given a rise to a situation, involuntarily pushing her off in an aggressive manner to get away from the situation. Because you can't tell me as a man that if you're put in a situation, doesn't matter your age, that your bodily function is going to respond. That's a natural response. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Women who get raped the R word all the time, their bodily functions respond. And
so basically what she's talking about right now, is how in some assault situations where a woman is being forcibly penetrated, that there are women who have climaxes because of the bodily function of having pressure spots hit on the inside, that during the assault she climaxes and that she ends up feeling terrible about it and all of this other stuff because, and I didn't even know that this was a thing until I was in a support group where a person actually said that she was assaulted and she climaxed during it, and it made her feel terrible because she was like, how could this have happened if this was an assault? How did you know what I mean? So she's trying to pretend as if this 14-year-old girl was somehow stronger than Polight, was able to wrestle his clothes off, wrestle his member out of his body. How do you maintain an erection if a child, I mean, we have all been surfing around on some of these websites for something to look at as we, find release. And then a video comes up with a person who looks a little too young, and then you just deflate. How do you maintain an erection with a predator child, quote unquote predator child, attempting to assault you, your girlfriend's daughter? This is the thing. We allow all of these allowances for men to just wreak havoc out here, that we pretend that they can't see a shoulder, that they have no control, that they're not in control of their faculties. They see an ankle and they're just going to turn into wild beasts. And it's men who need to get on top of other men about these tropes being put out there as if you're some disgusting, wild, lascivious, mindless beast. Because which is it? Are you a leader or are you a beast? Are you a leader that is worth following? Or are you a mindless buffoon, a moron, a mentally incapacitated person that if a child is attempting to do something inappropriate to you, that you don't have the strength to fight off a child, to tell a child, to put a child in a child's place and say, no, this is inappropriate. Listen, no, we need to get out of here. He couldn't run out of the room because he was just so weak for young flesh. What is this woman saying? This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. let's continue. I felt like I started talking over her, so I'm just going to rewind just a tiny bit and then go forward.
That your bodily function is going to respond. That's a natural response. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Women who get raped the R word all the time, their bodily functions respond. And that's why they don't come forward. So there may be, I'm painting a picture that there could be a possibility. Shadow of a doubt.
Hold it down. I got to run to the head. I got to go to the head right quick.
I'm listening, sis. Go ahead.
We got him. We got him. Joe, you have been sent to the block party. We got him. We got him. My eyes are moving like a hawk. We got him. So first person of the night sent to the block party. Let's continue going forward. One of the hosts just got tired of listening to her and just went to the bathroom. But the other one is like, I hear you, sister. Go on.
That there could be a possibility that he was the one that's the victim and she was the predator. We cannot push away and just bash polite.
I just want you to look at this person's face. I'm going to show you his face real quick. I'm going to show you his face. I'm going to show you his face. Because first they were nodding with her and then they were like, what the hell? So here, I'm going to show you the face here. Let's see if we could get both of this here. All right. Okay. So here we go. Look.
There was a female young predator that he may have given a rise to a situation, involuntarily pushing her off in an aggressive manner to get away.
So pushing her off in an aggressive manner made her whole mouth swollen, made her intoxicated on alcohol and possible narcotics. Right.
From the situation. Because you can't tell me as a man that if you're put in a situation, doesn't matter your age, that your bodily function is going to respond. That's a natural response. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. Women who get raped the R word all the time, their bodily functions respond. And that's why they don't come forward.
You see him nodding, right?
So there may be, I'm painting a picture that there could be a possibility. Shadow of a doubt.
Hold it down. I got to run to the head. I got to go to the head right quick.
Dude on the left just breaks out.
I'm listening, sis. Go ahead.
Right. Look at dude on the right. Look at him. Look at his face.
That there could be a possibility that he was the one that's the victim and she was the predator. We cannot push away and just bash polite off of allegations because he has not been convicted. He hasn't even been to. We're killing this man off before there's even a bond set.
No, he already bailed out, sis. Yeah.
Repeat that again.
I said he actually bailed out of jail.
So
okay, but he was already convicted by us.
No, I'm saying that's wrong. But
everybody,
not by us. By some people just feel like doing it. But I'm not gonna get into a wild theory of how,
it's not a theory.
Okay,
not a theory. What I'm saying, we have to look at all aspects. We have
why not just
Jezebel mentality?
That's a theory.
We have to look at all aspects.
You're right. That's not even a theory. That's just you talking on that. I'm not gonna bring. I don't think that's right to say that though. I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, sis. That's crazy. Yeah, you should get off that.
It sounds harsh.
No, you don't need to say
it. But there are young girls. You cannot deny, brother, that there are young girls out here that have predatory mentality.
What I'm saying,
there are women out here that have predatory. How many men, as young boys, I just brought it out without bringing it out, have been molested by older women? You can't tell me that younger girls are not predatory. These young girls look like grown women. So I'm not trying to
hold on. Let me let you see this video because this guy is nodding. The dude, the one that you all know, on the left is nodding. He's nodding now. Talking about these young girls look like grown women, and he's gonna nod to that. Let me just let you see him, because he comes back.
It sounds harsh. It sounds harsh.
No, you don't need to say
it. But there are young girls. You cannot deny, brother, that there are young girls out here that have predatory mentality.
What I'm saying,
there are women out here that have predatory. How many men, as young boys, I just brought it out without bringing it out, have been molested by older women? You can't tell me that younger girls are not predatory. These young girls look like grown women. So I'm not trying to accuse anyone. I just said we need to keep it open as to the platform that we have.
A young girl does not look like a grown woman. A young girl does not look like a grown woman. She may have started going through puberty. She may have even had her menstruation, right? But she doesn't look like a grown woman. Her hips haven't set into the way that a woman's hips set. She doesn't have the upright back. Let me tell you something. Her back ain't straight like a grown woman's back is. She's not. You can tell a child from a woman, and any person who cannot deserves to be taken out of the population. You can talk to a child. You can see the way that a child moves. You can see the way they start talking about their parents. They're not adults. You can see the lack of confidence, the slump in their shoulder, the way that they don't speak with confidence and conviction. You can even look at me 10 years ago on YouTube and see the way I spoke then. Go look back at my videos. I've been on YouTube for 14 years. Go look at my first video and see the way Tanya spoke as a young woman versus big grown woman that me be now. Big grown woman that I am now. You can tell a child from a woman. You can tell. There's a slope of the bosom. There's a wideness of the hips. There's a confidence in the way that the curvature of her spine stands up straight. You can tell a child from a woman. And anybody who has given birth to a child, who has raised a child, or who knows a teenager, knows that you can tell the difference. So these fucking cops out here who talking about they don't know that this person was a child, that these men who are talking about they didn't know that she was a child, it's a fucking lie. Every adult can tell the difference between, because there's something that just doesn't connect with children. You can tell, and you automatically go into your protective parental role. But for some reason, these sickos out here, they don't go into protective mode. They are like, oh, well, what if she had on XYZ? What if she was naked? What if she was naked? Where does your part as the protector of children kick in to protect that child? If there's a child who is naked, your first thought should not be, oh man, I'm hard, let me whip this out. Your first thought should be, let me cover this child and protect this child. Come on. These people are sick. Let's continue.
We have to bring everything into balance. If we're going to hold court, we can't just bash one side without looking at all sides, that there are such things as false allegations, and our children are grown from when we were young and thought we were grown. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not accusing anybody. We just have to keep an open dialogue.
All right. Thank you, sis. Appreciate you. Thank you, sis. We got to move forward. A lot of people don't agree with you on this, but it's all right.
Yeah, she didn't it's a 14-year-old. We're not going Jezebel Bible character and play that game like that. Like, we need to get off.
I didn't bring any scriptures up.
Yeah, I said Jezebel mentality. Said Jezebel.
Jezebel mentality.
So we want to protect the young babies. We want to protect the family. And Polight is a grown-ass man. He can stand on his 2 feet and stick his motherfucking chest out and handle his business. That's Polight we talking about.
Thank you, sister. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
We ain't talking about a little scared to talk individual. He can handle himself, right? Trust me, Polight gonna be all right. We got to worry about, the black women in this situation right now, because they always get left out. So
you know what's crazy too?
Huh?
You know what's crazy to me?
What?
It's like you can tell when a motherfucker have an agenda to tear down somebody because they just worrying about Polight. They
All right, so they going on now. They're going on. All right. That's my full video right there. That's the full video. Thank you all. Thank you. Let's read some more of these apples, and then I'm going to put your comments up, and we can probably have a conversation about this. We'll probably, if we're going to do a call-in, we need to do a call-in tomorrow. Energetically, I just don't have it in me to do a call-in right now. So let's get these apples read, and I want to know what your thoughts are about this woman. And I need to know what your thoughts are about this woman. I'm itching just listening to her. Just the... All right, so we have the apples here, and Fran sends $1 and says Tyrone's spirit. I hear you. Rose Gold sends 333 and says, you discovered a Hotep pedo ring and cult. Me? I ain't discovered nothing, child. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. Fran sends another $1 and says, black people are so desperate for a leader. And and that's, what Nyla was talking about, black people's desperation for a leader. And seeing how all of this has culminated, I can see why she feels the way that she does. This is unbelievable. Fran sends another $1 and says, we will sacrifice children and women and deify black men. Absolutely. And I don't get that. I don't understand how she could stand up there talking about how the girl was probably the predator and we need to paint all pictures. Listen, unbelievable. Middleton sends $5 and says, those kids were York's property. Sick. Were they? I don't know much about that whole madness. I don't know much about the madness that was the Nuapia Nation. Nina sends $2 and says, Jezebel or not, he's still a pedophile. You know what? Thank you so much for that. And he was talking, thank you, I appreciate that. And he was talking about how we're not bringing the Bible and all this. She's like, I didn't say anything about the Bible, but if the Bible, a woman-hating text, a text that has been published with all of these woman-hating stories, these stories denigrating femininity and denigrating womanhood and painting women as these villains of the Bible. And just like with Jezebel and Delilah and all of these stories of these horrifying women, and just too much. Nina sends $2 and says, and this woman is dumb and part of the problem. Exactly. And she says, the predator, why a man allow himself to be prey? I'm saying, as an adult, if a 14-year-old tried to touch you inappropriately or do some stuff, come on, he couldn't leave the room. He couldn't call her mother and be like, nah, your child is tripping. He couldn't push her down and say, listen, this is inappropriate. He couldn't Sam Jackson, Eve Bayou her. Come on, this is ridiculous. Well, I don't remember Eve's Bayou, but I remember there was something weird and creepy going on in that movie. And I remember leaving the theater and I pushed that whole SHIT out of my damn mind. Sonny sends $1 and says, if she's doing something he doesn't want, then why was his member out to where he'd be able to release on multiple parts of her clothing? Exactly. What was stimulating it? You know what I'm saying? What was rubbing up and down on it? It's like, this is not how, it's like, why are we acting like we don't have control as adults? Why are we acting like, this is unbelievable. Hey, Andrea sends $50 and says, for the courage to address this poison openly. Thank you so much, Andrea. I appreciate that. And then Rashida sends $10 and says, thank you for all that you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Claire sends $5 and says, Google age of consent around the world opens eyes. Yeah, listen, even in this country, there are, even in this country, people can quote unquote consent at 12. Somebody sent me an article that showed how there are still loopholes that you can marry a person who is 12 in the United States. I saw it with my own eyes, and when I saw it, I felt sick to my stomach. So yeah, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And Christina sends $2 and says, I pray no little girl is in her care. Very telling. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, who would say that about a child? Some Jezebel Rosemary's baby spirit. This lady is gone mentally. She needs some help. Thank you, Melanie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Denisha sends $5 and says, you said it. Jealous of young femininity. I didn't say she was jealous, but that's a good theory. I mean, I don't know what's going on with this woman. She sounds sick. I don't know what happened to her or what she is. I don't know. It was weird. Naima sends 111 for Apple. Thank you so much for the apples. I appreciate it. Claire sends $5 and said one of his wives was his daughter met at 16. Wait, what? One of his wives was his daughter met at 16? Hold on. No. I don't understand what you're saying. I don't hear that. Are you saying that he was caring for a child that later became his wife, that he met this child at 16? And no. That sounds crazy. Sixella sends $1 and says she deserves to be locked up with him. # disgusting. Absolutely. And Lisa sends 2 and says, hope and pray that woman doesn't have daughters. Absolutely. I mean, listen, she gave her name and her state, so maybe somebody knows who she is and can look in on her and her family, because what she was saying was sick. Maisha sends 111 and says that woman bashing a child needs therapy. Damaged. Absolutely. Unbelievable. And Keisha sends $10. Thank you so much. And she says, I appreciate you and your content. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. And Brandon sends $9 and says, I'm drained. Good night, peeps. Oh, here, let's just give you some hugs and love, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let me just refresh. And then I don't even have it in me to dance out tonight as we leave. I don't have it in me. Island sends $1 and says the caller sees victim as competition. Is that what it is? That's crazy. I just don't even understand how any adult could wrap their mind to I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Just sick. All right, so listen. I'm going to read some of your comments and then we're going to get out of here. I want to open up the phone lines tomorrow. Energetically, I just don't have it in me to tonight. I just don't. Lisa says Garros, so he was assaulted. Tay says, as Naker said, one of his wives used to be his daughter. What? Oh, God. And this is the people that were following him. People who are following him know that someone was a daughter figure to him that he ended up, quote unquote, marrying. I just, given the gravity of tonight's video, I can't put on the music and dance out tonight. I just am not in that space and not in that mood. Listen, go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself is, I don't know what the self-love lesson is here. What is the self-love lesson? Listen to your instincts. Stay current about what is truly out there. Pay attention to what reality is, because reality is showing us that what it is that we've been taught is a lot different than what it is that we're seeing. We've been taught that men are these leaders, that men are to be looked up to, that men are protectors and guiders and all of this other stuff. However, one of the things that we're seeing is that there's a portion of men out there who are predators, who are happy for you to be weaker than them, who seek out for women who have lowered self-esteem so that they can prey on them, hurt them, look for women who have children, harm their children, and then walk around and be excused by people talking about maybe he was the victim. Open up your eyes. One of the biggest self-love lessons that I can say is in this video is to realize that there are a lot of different people out there with a lot of different mentalities, right? And people lie. I hope that the videos that we're showing lately will help you realize that a person who is a predator, sometimes they don't think that they're a predator. Sometimes they won't acknowledge that they're a predator, but a predator they are nonetheless. And you've got to have the courage to stand firm in your conviction that what it is that you know in your instincts to be true is true, and operate accordingly. Protect your children, protect yourself, protect your peace, protect your sanctity. When your spirit doesn't take a person, don't make up excuses for them. When you hear something or see something that doesn't sound right, leave the situation. Like if you hear a woman talking like that woman and she's your friend, it's time to reevaluate the friendship. When you see a person who looks like and their spirit feels like Noak and you're not really interested, don't force yourself to watch content that you don't want to see. That's all I can say on that. We're going to read the last 2 apples and then we're going to jump out of here. So Rashita sends $5 and says, he told people that his wife was his child because she was 16. Wow. Unbelievable. And Claire comes back and says, passed off one of his wives as his daughter. What? Oh my gosh. And Deborah says, plus 60% of Black girls are M'd in the Black community. I'm still waiting for those updated statistics because the last that I saw, it said as much as 40. And so if somebody has new statistics, please send those to me, TanyaTKO.com. Click on contact. Also, if somebody has access to the court documents or knows how to get them, TanyaTKO.com, click on contact. And let's move forward from there. I'm sorry, this has just been a difficult evening. So thank you all so much for coming out. I will see you all in the next video. Make sure that you like, share, subscribe, know how to find me again. Right now, there's 2,000 people on YouTube, 300 on Facebook. Facebook has surprisingly become my smaller platform. YouTube is taking over what Facebook was doing. So I appreciate you all showing up here on YouTube. Thank you to the text notification squad. Thank you to the people who have sent apples. Thank you to the people who send stories. Thank you to the people who come and comment and show up for the live videos. Thank you for the people who come out and be on my panels. Thank you for the people who send me stories. Thank you for the people who send me uplifting messages. Thank you to everybody who buys my book. As you know, my book is available right now on Amazon, The Book of Affirmation, Self-Love. And if you have young children, listen, I have found that children, even as young as 7, can understand the affirmations of the book. Each page is beautifully illustrated. So even if you have a child that is not really well versed in reading, you can look at the images, say the affirmation, have them say the affirmation, and repeat it back and look at the images because the image depicts the affirmation graphically. So even children can use the book. And it's important to start fostering positive affirmations into our children as young as possible because they are getting affirmations and they do say affirmations. And the affirmations that many people are saying in their head are destructive affirmations that tear them down. So we've got to start getting our children because who was it that said it's easier to raise healthy children than fix broken adults? So go ahead and listen. The book is available on Amazon. Go to Amazon. The link is in the description. Look for Tanya TKO and Self-Love, and the book will come up. Read the reviews. It's an amazing book. I do the affirmations myself. These are the affirmations that helped me get out of my car when I was living in my car in 2016. So I'm not here bragging about Rolls Royces and all this other stuff. I am living a life that has had traverses up and down, and I have shown you all along the way how I've done it. And the affirmations in this book is how I was able to do it. And listen, people ask, how do we create that shift when we don't know how to love ourselves? Affirmations. That is the way that you shift your energy into self-love. All right, so go ahead and throw up those boxing gloves, and I will see you all in the next video. Tanya TKO. And I am out. Peace.